Hey guys, good morning. Let me go and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. It's 6:19 right now. We got about 11 minutes till market open. Uh, let's get this all set up right here. That's good. That's good. All right, solid. Let me get the Zoom link out for the premium members over here. Looks like we're good right there. Just setting this up right here. All right, that's good. That's good right there. Hey guys, morning. I'm starting to let people into the room. Give it a few minutes for people to make their way in. At 6:21 right now, market's about to open shortly in about 9 minutes. So we'll analyze the charts once everyone's in the room. All right, cool. Morning, Maria. Morning, Shane. Morning, everybody. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes for people to make their way in. Morning, Matt. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Miles. Morning, Lamar. Morning, Adrian. Let's see. Morning, T-Got. T-Got said you booted me out of the chat. T-Got, have you paid for your subscription? Because if you haven't paid, then you probably got removed. You can message me so that I can check it for you, but I'll check it after the live session. So not sure if you're on here. Yeah, message me on Telegram because I don't know if your name is linked to anything in the group. Because the thing is, there was warnings that were given for like 2-3 weeks, and it said if your name wasn't linked to message us, or if you got if you had the because the system all updated, everything's automated. So I don't manually remove people. If your account wasn't updated, then it would have removed you. So go ahead and message me, and we can probably figure that out. But right now, I'm going to focus on trading. So if you guys do have questions, it's going to be the same situation as we've been doing for the past couple of days now. This week, I'm not going to be answering any questions until after I'm done trading. So from probably 6:30 once market opens until 8 o'clock. Then we're probably just going to be trading. So from like 6:30 8 o'clock, we'll be trading. After that, I can answer any questions. So if you guys do put questions in the chat, just wait till the end to get the questions answered. Otherwise, I'm just going to be focused on trading from now until then. Morning, Rab. Morning, Peter. Morning, Al. Morning, Sam. Morning, Charlie. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Miles. Morning, everybody. So as you guys can see, there's a new indicator on the chart, right? There's a K2 high-low indicator. So a lot of you guys have been using the risky scalp strategy, and my brother actually, Justin, I don't know if he's on here, he's developed this indicator for us so that we can identify where the swings are, or it can help you actually look, because a lot of people have issues identifying where the swing highs and lows are, where to enter trades. And this indicator here is actually going to plot it for you. It's not going to be 100% accurate, but it's definitely going to help with identifying where the swings are happening, so that you guys can identify these trades and these moves a lot easier. So just keep in mind, this is still a work in progress. Like I mentioned, I'm always here to make trading with K2 as efficient and as profitable as possible. So obviously you can see right here, price broke the low right here. And then we had a sell signal. So I would have entered this sell right here. I was going to enter it, but it was so close to market open. So it's not available now. This indicator was literally just built yesterday. So it's not going to be available to you guys for like a next couple, I don't know, months or so. We got to make sure that it's all fully accurate before I release it to you guys, because once it's published, I can't take it down. So a lot of back testing is going to be happening with this indicator. Forward testing, actually, I don't really back test. A lot of forward testing is going to happen where we can identify these swings. And once everything is all done, it'll be available to you guys, but it's not going to be available anytime soon. Morning, Delmas, morning, Christopher. But you guys will be able to see it on my screen because I'm going to be testing it pretty much every day. Morning, Ellis. Morning, Mikkel. Morning, everybody. So, all right, guys, let me see if there's anything else here that that I'm missing. All right, I think we're good right here. Yeah, I think we're good right now. Yeah, definitely happy hump day, Brandy. I'm going to go and analyze US 30 right now. We have about 5 minutes till market open. So looking at the 1 hour over here, we have a bearish bias. Reason for that is because price is below the pivots. The trend meter is red. Looking over here at the 10-minute, same situation, bearish bias because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Here on the 3-minute, same thing. Price below the pivots, trend meter is red. And lastly, here on the 1 minute, let me just delete everything off the chart. We also have a bearish bias here because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. So looking at everything right here, I'm going to turn off this indicator. Everything looks like a sell on the technical side, right? So right now everything's looking like a sell. Looking over at the futures data, this is the futures data because the market isn't open yet. Market opens in 4 minutes. So futures data is currently bullish. It's currently up 78 points right now. Looking over at the retail sentiment, it's currently 54% long. So everything here right now is currently pointing towards, well, technicals are pointing for a sell. The fundamentals right now, I don't think this is going to hold. I think once the market actually opens, it's going to drop. It's currently 83 points in the red, which is really unusual because price has been dropping pretty much all morning. So since basically since London open here around midnight, price has just been dropping, but the fundamentals have been pushing to the upside. So we'll see what happens there. This might have a swing to the bottom, or if this opens green, then fundamentals are going to point to the upside. And we're probably going to have price shoot higher from here. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if people are going to buy the dip or not, but we'll see what happens when the market actually opens. Also looking over at retail sentiment, it's right down the middle at 54%. So it's not necessarily Justin said, Russ, someone's naked. So if you guys have your camera on, I don't see anyone's camera right now. So if you guys have your camera on, just make sure you're not naked. Yeah, Justin said, Russ, someone's naked. Yeah, sorry, guys, I just saw the Zoom chat. I'm not on the, I don't have any of the windows open, so I can't see anything. But yeah, if you have your camera on, just remember that people can see you. Okay, anyways, there is a lot of news today too. I don't think there's news right now, but the Feds are talking this morning. So today's Wednesday. Next news event's coming at 7. It's pending home sales. 7:30 is crude oil inventories. And then at 8:45, we have Fed Powell speaking. So a little later today, we have news coming up, but currently we just have pending home sales and crude oil inventories, which I don't think is going to affect the market heavily, but it will affect the market. So we'll be looking for the snipe. And anytime after that, we'll probably be taking it easy. So I'll be looking for the breakout, and then I'll look for some scalps. And then once we have all that set up, we'll probably be calling it a day. So let me go ahead and check the chat over here real quick and see if we missed anything. All right, so market's opening in about 1 minute. So we got about 50 seconds till market open. Looking at the fundamentals over here, it's currently starting to shift to the upside. It was like 80 points in the green earlier. Now it's only 49. So it looks like it's going to start shifting to the downside, but we'll see what happens when the market actually opens. Currently, we'll be following right here to see where price goes. Currently, we have a bullish signal, so we're going to be looking for a strong bullish candle on market open. Otherwise, we'll wait for it to swing to the other side. All right, let's see. All right, so no more questions for me now. If you guys do have questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat, but I'll be answering them after I'm done trading. Right now, I'm gonna be focused on just trading so that you guys can follow along properly. All right, market is opening in 3, 2, 1. Market is now open. So let's see what happens on open right here. Price is starting to spike around. Let's see if this thing starts to push farther bullish. So it's pushing up pretty heavy right now. Let's look at the fundamentals real quick. So looking at the daily average, refreshing this, it is currently bullish 109 points. Looking over here at the stock index, we'll refresh that. This right here is also very bullish. A lot of green stocks right here. Looking at the futures data, it's currently up 31 points right now. So everything's pointing towards the upside. Retail sentiment's not really going to help us today because it's right down the middle. So what we're looking for here is we're looking for a strong green candle, meaning a candle similar to this one prior. Something with a green candle with little to no wick on the top side. If we get that, we can take that for a breakout. We got about 14 seconds left on this candle right here. So let's see what is going on over here. So there's nothing available yet. We need a strong green candle in order for us to take the buy here for the breakout. Vice versa, if price swings to the bottom side, we can shift to a sell. But currently right now, price is attempting to shift to the upside. So looking over here at the 3-minute, price is also starting to shift to the upside. Same with the 10-minute here, it's starting to shift up for a buy. So looking for a possible entry here, let me get my MT4 ready. I'm going to close the chat here so that I don't have anything in the way. Second. Everything's set up on my MT4. Looks like we're going to take the trade here. All right. So we're looking for a strong green candle here. That's exactly what we're looking for. We don't have a strong green candle here yet because there's a big wick on the top side. We need little to no wick on the top side. That's going to be key. We also need price to break this structure right here in order for us to confirm the bullish move. You can see price is attempting to break above it. It's 6:31 right now, so we still have about 4 minutes to take this trade. It still hasn't pushed above, right? It hasn't pushed above, hasn't closed above with a strong green candle. So we're still waiting for that to happen. Going back to the fundamentals over here, I'll refresh this. Futures data is up 52 points. Looking at the stock index is still mostly green for the most part. Looking at the daily average today, it's currently up 94 points. So it's not very strong, but it is a lot stronger than the red stocks right now. So here we go. We need this to close with a strong green candle. If this closes with a little to no wick on the top side, this would be a decent a buy entry here for buy scalp. However, so one thing you guys want to keep in mind is that it's getting close to the Asia high right here. So what you might want to do is if you enter this trade is to manage your trade properly. So if it reaches TP1, you want to move your stop loss in profit because it's going to be a bit risky if price reaches this point and then bounces off this Asia high. Okay, so technically this was a breakout right here. I kind of missed it. Let me see if I could probably get in for a little bit. It's kind of late. I don't know if I want to hop in just yet. I'm going to wait for it to come down a little bit. This is kind of iffy right here because it's not very strong, but it's stronger than generally. If you want to make sure that this wick is smaller than the body, it's a lot smaller than the body right here because the body's pretty big. So this technically would and could fall into the breakout. I'm not in the position right now. I'm looking for it to possibly pull back a little bit and then maybe get in a little later because it already hit TP1 right there, right? You can see right here that it's already reached TP1. So at this point, I would have moved my stop loss in profit. However, it's it's kind of too late for me to hop in right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert right there. So if it swings back up, I'll probably hop right back in. But like I mentioned, it is kind of risky to take this trade because it was a green candle, and I'm glad I didn't hop into it because I would have been screwed. It would have pulled all the way back down. We would have missed the move because it moved way too fast. Volatility is just too high right now. So I'm not in the position. This is what I was waiting for. I was waiting for it to pull back. But at this point, I might not even hop into it because the market's just too volatile right now. You guys saw how it pushed up, right? Like literally the candle closed and it pushed up within a few seconds, hit TP1, then it came right back down. Yeah, at this point, I'm probably not going to take it. It's too late and it's already pushed below here. So I'm going to be looking for our actual scalps. We're just going to skip that breakout for today. Market's just been super volatile this whole week because of the heavy news. If you guys have been following the news this morning, or not this morning, but this whole week, the Fed's been talking. So On Monday, we had the Fed member Williams, Fed member Bostic speak ever since like market open from like 6 till like the entire New York session. Then yesterday, Fed Powell and Yellen spoke. Then right after that, Fed member Bowman and Bostic spoke as well. Today, again, we have Fed Powell speaking and then Fed member Bostic speaking at 11. So this entire week's full of news. And that's why you get a lot of this like spikes of volatility right here with price going up and down rather quickly. Also looking at the fundamentals over here, I'm not sure if this is completely one-sided. Let me see this real quick. I'm super glad I didn't take that breakout because that would have been horrible hopping into it. And you can see the fundamentals here are now shifting to the downside. So on open, it was up like about 100 points. Now it's only up 26 points and it's starting to shift back to the downside. Generally, you guys have seen that whenever I take a trade, I want to trade in the direction of fundamentals, right? If the fundamentals aren't pushing one way or the other, I'm generally going to wait until the market smoothens out until I take the trade. Looking here at the stock index, it's halfway again. It's half red, half green. Generally, I want to trade when it's mostly green or when it's mostly red, so I can trade in that direction. However, right now, price is just right down the middle. Also looking at the average, it's at 29 points. It's like nothing. Even the futures data is currently up 70 points, but it's still not above 100. We generally want it to be above 100 or below 100 before we take any trades here. So we got a momentum signal for the 3-minute. Looking over here at retail sentiment, at 54% long. This hasn't moved at all. Looks like whoever's in the market right now, the retail traders, are just holding on to the trades, or they're just not in the market because generally we want this, and normally it's usually one-sided. It's like 60% long or 60% short, upwards to 75% long or 75% short. Right now it's at 54%. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. It seems like a lot of people are holding off and waiting until the news passes, because we do have news coming up at 7. It's 6:36 right now. So in about 24 minutes, there's going to be pending home sales. So it seems like a lot of people are just either sitting out the market or they're waiting for the news to pass so that they don't get caught in these whipsaws in price. So we'll be looking for some possible scalps here. I don't know if we're going to find anything good, but if we do, we'll be ready to take those trades. So let me just go ahead and set these up right here. Got that right there. Man, what a relief. If I took that trade there, I would have been so pissed because I knew something was going to happen. Price is just moving too fast. Price generally doesn't spike up like 500 pips within like 2 seconds, right? It usually takes like some time, like a couple minutes for it to get to that point. But, it is what it is with the market today. There's heavy news this entire week. So you're going to see a lot of that weird movement. If you guys remember from Monday, I warned you guys that the market was going to be moving kind of crazy because the Fed's speaking every day. And the Fed, whatever they say affects the stock market directly, right? Because they're talking about the U.S. economy. If the U.S. economy sucks, then stock market's going to suck. That's why it's dropping right here. If the U.S. economy is doing well, then the stock market's going to go up. So something to keep in mind. You guys just got to be on your feet at all times. You guys can't just be stuck on a position or stuck in trading one direction. You guys have to analyze the markets and make your adjustments accordingly, because the market's not going to go one way forever. It's going to keep bouncing back and forth. And you got to be able to identify that so that you guys don't get caught in any of these fake outs in the market. So looking at this right here, this might be a snipe entry actually for a sell right there. We have a rejection off the pivot, rejection off the structure, sell signal right here. So this is probably gonna be a snipe for a sell. Looking over here on the 3-minute, we could have a pending sell here, it looks like as well. Looking on the 1-minute over here, this also looks like it would be a pending, or it would technically be a sell. Let me see how far did it drop from this point. Yeah, this already would have hit TP. So this sell signal right here, you guys can see that this would have hit TP, because looking at this strategy right here, we want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. Here's a sell signal, confirm whether price is below or above the pivots. Right here, it's below. So you can enter for a sell. If you enter this for a sell, would have hit full TP right there. So it would have already hit TP, but I wouldn't have taken it because of the volatility spikes in price. So what we're looking for here on the 1-minute is we're looking for another entry. Although we didn't take this one right here, we would be looking for a retracement to the upside right here. And then we would catch it as it swings back down. We can also apply the risky scalp strategy, and I'll be looking at that as well for the 1-minute and 3-minute. Right here, we're looking for a sell signal. If we get a sell signal at this point, we can take this for a sell, because we would have a valid K2 sell signal right here. And then we have a confirmation that price is below the pivots. So Couple entries that I'm looking at here. Market is moving very fast, so it's going to be very risky to hop into these trades right now. But we're definitely going to be looking for any possible entries as we continue on. So let me see if I'm missing anything over here. Yeah, Dijon said, Yellen said we broke, so I'm looking for sells. Yeah, if you guys watched the announcement yesterday, Yellen and Powell spoke, and a lot of people noticed that that price was doing was moving with like what was being announced. So like whenever Yellen would speak, price would go down. When Powell would speak, price would go back up. Yellen would come back on, and price would just come crashing down. So we'll see what happens, because yesterday it was not really good news for the U.S. It was generally a lot of negative news. So if you guys can see right here, when Yellen and Powell spoke right here, Yellen spoke, price came down. Powell spoke, price came up. Yellen spoke again, price came all the way back down, because they were indicating that the economy is not doing so well, especially with COVID and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens today. I feel like Powell's probably going to say stuff that's going to be more beneficial, but he doesn't speak for like another 2 hours. So looking at the news right here, Federal Chair Jerome Powell is going to be speaking at 8:45. So that's about 2 hours from now. And then he might be, pumping price right back up. So we'll see what happens there. But currently right now, we're still looking for these scalps. And I'll be playing with the new indicator right here to show you guys where I'm going to be drawing these highs and these lows. So I'm going to mark one right here. And then I'm going to mark one down here. So Maddie, I'm pretty sure you're here in the live session, Maddie. You're going to love this indicator. My brother Justin just set this up. He developed this indicator yesterday, pretty much to identify the swing highs and the swing lows for the scalping strategy that you've been applying. So I know you and Jay really like this strategy. Jay's been killing it. Jay doesn't even have the indicators anymore, and he's been doing pretty good because he knows how to identify this. Yesterday, he locked in about like 2,000 or 3,000. So I'm going to be looking for trades here. Looking for the most part, primarily, I'm going to be looking for the pivot scalp. However, if I do see a good entry for the risky scalp strategy, then I'll probably be taking something on there as well. I'm probably just going to call that indicator, or I already called it actually. It's the K2 high-low indicator. It's brand new. But we're going to be forward testing it from now until it's ready to be released to you guys. We just want to make sure everything is on point before we hop into this. But I mean, just going back, you can see how like accurate it is. Like for example, right here, this was like before market open, I think. Where was it? Yeah, right here. So Maddie, if you took this right here, so say for example, you were like watching this at this point right here, and we already had the low marked up right there. You just wait for price to break below, because we do have the sell signal right here. So you're looking for a sell. You would have waited for price to, break below like that. You would have hopped in for the sell, because we have the sell signal, so we have momentum going downwards. Price broke below. You would take this right here for a sell. You're only going for like 100 pips. You let that run, and there you go, full TP off that. So pretty solid. But we're going to be working on this, for the next couple months, next couple weeks. It's probably not going to take too long, because the indicator does look pretty solid. My brother did a great job fixing it and putting it together. So we'll definitely be, playing around with it. All right, so we're just waiting for this to come right back down. We have it pushing up to the upside right now. We're just now looking for it to come right back down for us to hop into this right here. All right, cool. So, all right, we'll see where this goes right here. I mean, we're looking for a possible entry right now. It's 6:43 right now. Mark, news is coming up in about 15 minutes. So when the news does happen, it's probably going to cause some volatility in the market. This is kind of what we're looking for anyways. We want our price to swing up, then we're looking for it to swing right back down so that we can hop into this sell here. Right here was an invalid signal, so no entry available there. Going back to the 1 minute right here. We need this to close valid for us to take it for a sell. Let's see, looking over here at the fundamental data, fundamentals are still down the middle. It's not above 100 points and it's not below 100 points. So it's just right down the middle. We can literally take buys or sells, and it's not going to have any bias. Looking over here at the stock index, it's right down the middle as well. You can see it's half red, half green. The only stock that's really holding up the green stocks is Boeing. So once Boeing comes down, it's up through 8 points right now. It's going to have to drop at some point. I don't think it's going to hold for very long. Once this starts to drop, the price is going to start coming to the downside, and this average is going to turn red. There's only one stock that's holding it up right now, which is Boeing, and it's starting to drop right now as we speak. It was up about 9 points. Now it's only up 7 points. So we'll see what happens with that. Guys, another news event right now. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of news events going on. Right now, live, the top defense officials are testifying before the House Committee on the Afghanistan withdrawal. This is going to affect the market, right? Because this goes hand in hand with war. So whenever war is happening, it's going to affect the economy one way or the other. They're basically just going to testify, and they're going to let out information, and people are going to react off that information, and it's going to either hurt or help the market. So looking at that right there, that's probably why price right here is dropping. So if this just drop right here, I'll probably take this the scalp off the 1 minute, but we do need a valid signal available here in order for us to take this trade here. If it doesn't close valid, then we're not going to have an entry available just yet. Yeah, so no signal there. It's gonna be the first requirement right here. We need a valid signal. So there it goes, it's pushing down lower. This is gonna give me a double confirmation, because if we do get the sell signal and it closes below here, I think it's definitely gonna hit. So that is basically what I'm looking for here. All right, we got about 40 seconds left on this candle. Once this closes right here, we can determine whether we want to take it or not. Looking at the requirements here, we're looking for a valid K2 momentum signal. That valid signal is pending right there. Price is below the pivot, so that's requirement number 2. Then we just enter on the open of the following candle. So if this closes invalid like that, if it's a green candle within a red sell signal, we're not going to take it. It's going to be invalid. The first requirement won't be met. Let's delete this right here. And as you guys can see, price is really wishy-washy, right? Price is just going back and forth. Price comes up, then it comes down, then it comes back up, then it comes back down, and it goes back up. That's what we would consider wishy-washy. And there's really no direction being set. So no valid signal there, so no entry. Let's delete this. Yeah, the market today it seems even worse than yesterday, right? Yesterday, price was actually moving directional. Today, price is kind of just going back and forth. Looks like we're kind of going into a range now. You can see price broke up and came back down. And then from this point now, it's just going sideways. So this is the worst type of market you want to trade in. You don't want to trade when price is consolidating or ranging sideways, because the last thing you want to do is enter a sell. Price spikes up and stops you out, vice versa. You don't want to enter a buy. Price spikes down and stops you out that way. And then it comes back in your direction, right? Because it looks like price is just going sideways now. Let's go on the 3 minute. Same situation right here. You can kind of see, if I zoom out a little bit, you can see that price is now going sideways. Price was going sideways here, broke to the downside, sideways, broke to the downside, sideways. And then now price will either break again to the downside before it goes sideways again, or it'll break to the upside and then go sideways, right? So this is generally where you don't want to be trading. You want to trade when price is going directional. So you would like to trade where price is swinging down, swinging up, and then swinging lower. Right here, price kind of stopped. You can see if you zoom in a little bit. So this is what I'm talking about. So if I draw a line right here, you can see how price consolidates. It comes down, it breaks below, comes back up, breaks below it, and then it just keeps going lower and lower, right? So if you draw another line right here, price just continues to go lower, right? It's like a staircase. Lower, sideways, lower, sideways, lower. Currently right now, price is just going sideways. It's not really going any lower. If you wanted to go lower, it'd have to be going lower from this point right here, but it currently isn't. It's kind of just going sideways now. So something to keep in mind. You guys just don't want to trade. The main key with trading, guys, is to trade when you have a high probability. It's like when you're gambling, right? If you're playing like blackjack, or if you're playing poker or something like that, you want to bet high, or you want to bet proper when you have the odds on your side. Right now, odds aren't on your side because price is just going sideways. You got to wait for price to actually give you a hint that, price is probably going to go this direction. Then you can hop in for a trade in that direction. But currently right now, you can see even on the 1 minute, it's even more clear. If I was to, here, let me do this. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to delete these. I'm going to draw two lines right here, and I'm going to show you how price is just going sideways. So I'll draw it from this point right here, and I'll draw it from this point right here. Same area, but below. So as you guys can see, if I zoom out a little bit, you guys can see price is just going sideways. You want to wait until you have an edge in the market. Right now, you don't have an edge because price can go either way. Since it's going sideways, price can spike up, or it can spike back down to where it's supposed to go. You generally don't want to trade in anything like this because, say, for example, you enter a sell at the wrong point, right? You enter a sell like down here. It's going to stop you out because this range right here is too wide. You need to have a really wide stop loss to be able to survive this move. But even at that point, you're still gambling because you don't have a direction to be trading in. So something to keep in mind. This is just not the best time to be entering any trades until there's some sort of direction in the market. News is coming at 7 o'clock. So in about 10 minutes, we're going to have the first news events, which is going to be the pending home sales and crude oil inventories. Once these news events happen, you're probably going to see some spikes in price one direction or the other. That's going to help us determine which direction to be trading because price will start to push in that direction. We just need to push in one direction, right? Right here, price is just going sideways. Once we have a push this way, let me just move this. So if price pushes to the upside, then this is what's probably going to happen. Price will push up, it'll come down, and then it'll keep going right back up, right? That's when it's moving directional. Vice versa, when price comes down here, it can do the same thing. Price will come down, it'll retrace a little bit, and then it'll continue right back down, right? So this is basically what you're looking for, guys. You're waiting for that edge in the market so that you guys can hop into the trade. Right now, there's no edge. Like I mentioned, price is just going sideways between these 2 points that I've drawn right here. So I'm just waiting for it to go. Obviously, our momentum here is bullish because we have a buy signal right here. So if price breaks above this area, or I wouldn't say necessarily this area right here, but if price breaks above this area right here, because that's where the high is at, then we can probably expect it to continue pushing up higher and higher. So, and even if it breaks above here, it might continue to push up. So that's why we're going to follow momentum because momentum right here is bullish. Price breaks above here. This is what might happen. Price will push up. It'll come to this area right here, probably retest off this, and then come back up higher. But you can see price is pushing up pretty heavy right now. So if we turn the indicator back on, the high-low indicator, and this is exactly what we were looking for, right? Because price was going sideways, we're waiting for it to push up, and there we go with that bullish move. One thing to keep in mind is that price might swing right back down from here. I wouldn't be surprised if price wicks off this price point right here and then comes back down. So we'll see what happens right now. This still has 20 seconds left on the candle. What we might get right here is a big wick where it doesn't end up closing above it. If it doesn't close above it and we get a wick, then I'm expecting it to spike back down slightly. But if it closes above it, we're probably going to get it to push up even higher. This would actually fall under the risky scalping strategy, but I'm not going to take it because it's such a big candle. You guys can see this candle right here is huge. All right, so price actually closed above it. This candle right here is so big, it was almost 1,000 pip move. That's a huge move right there. So I'm expecting it to come down a little bit, but this is something that you don't want to take a risk on because if you take this trade here and it retraces back, to halfway point, even if you hold it to the halfway point right here, you're going to be in some drawdown at least 500 pips. So you guys got to keep that in mind. So if you guys do decide to trade today, I do recommend probably using a half lot size or even something smaller. It's just super risky for you guys to hop into trades right now because the volatility is just too high, right? A lot of people can't handle this volatility. If you take a big lot size right here, say for example, you're taking a 10 lot, right? Like how I normally take, if you were to hold this drawdown right here, this would be a $5,000 drawdown. If you're using a 1 lot, this is going to be about a $500 drawdown. So depending on like what your risk is or what your risk tolerance is, you have to trade accordingly to that because you definitely don't want to be in some heavy drawdown when price is so volatile right now. You can see price came right back down. This is exactly why I wouldn't have taken this trade because price was going to have to retrace probably to the halfway mark. So let me see how big this candle was. This candle was about like 1,000 pips, I believe. 900. Okay, so it's going to have to come down at least like to this point right here. like maybe 45, and it did. So it came down right here. Now what might happen is price might come right back down to where it was originally, or it can come right back up from here. But who knows? You're just gambling at this point. At this point, you don't have an edge because price is kind of just pushing one way and then it's coming right back down. So I'd be careful, guys. I'm not trading right now. I'm looking for anything that would possibly give me, a hint to actually enter a trade. But currently right now, the market just doesn't look good to me. It's just going back and forth. Same with the range over here. Let's go back to the 3-minute. So if you guys remember, we drew the range over here. Price came up, it didn't close above it, but it came up, rejected right back down below it, and then now it's starting to move. So this technically would be a buy scalp right here, but I don't think I would take it because same situation as earlier. It's just too risky with price moving back and forth right here. There's just no structure. I guess that's like the easiest way to call it. There just is no structure here. Let me check the news real quick to see. And also there's this thing going on. This event right here. So they're still talking about the Afghanistan withdrawal. So, I mentioned this about 10 minutes ago. This is probably going to affect the market. And they're probably saying stuff that's affecting the market because these are unusual spikes in price. You can see price comes down, comes right back up, probably comes right back down. But these ranges here are huge. Right? You guys got to keep in mind, these are 1-minute candles. These aren't like 1-hour candles. Generally, if you go over here to like the 10-minute or even the 1 hour. So if you look at the 1 hour here, like a normal 1 hour candle that's kind of small, like this happens in 2 hours, right? In 2 hours, price generally moves 1,000 pips. You look over here on the 1 minute, it's only been like 2 minutes, or how far has it been? So from 6:45 up until 6:52, it's only been 7 minutes, and prices moved more than prices moved in like the past 2-3 hours. It's moved 1,700 pips. So volatility right now is super, super high. And it's very risky because if you look at normal candles here on the 1 hour, this is like how it normally moves. It moves like maybe 1,000 pips an hour, maybe less. Now it's moving over 1,000 pips in like 5 minutes. So just something to keep in mind. So let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. See if there's anything right here. So a lot of you guys here actually caught some trades. So a lot of you guys here are just listening to what I'm saying, and you guys are taking your own trades, even though I'm not trading myself. Just looking at this here, let me see. Albert locked in a total of 2,888. He actually caught the buys. So he was cashing as it was swinging up. So nice work right there, Albert. Looking over here at Angela. Angela's trading GJ and GC, also US 30, a total of 1,626 this morning. And this is why it's important that you guys understand the strategy, right? I'm going to keep emphasizing that every day because for me, I'm a very conservative trader. So if I don't see anything that looks very safe to me, I'm not going to take the trade. A lot of people here in the group like to take trades that are risky. So if they see something risky, they'll hop into the trades and they'll make profit. So obviously you can see right here, this is the K² Premium Trade Talk, and everyone here is in K2. So Albert here as well, he locked in a total of 3,371. Patricia over here as well. Patricia said most likely done for the day. Price is a little crazy. So as you guys can see, people in the group here are starting to identify that price is not really moving smoothly at all. And this is exactly why I wouldn't have taken that buy there because price is now starting to come right back down. Patricia here locked in a total of 1,936. Sisuk over here as well. Sisuk locked in a total of 4,720. Nice work, Sisuk. Kip over here as well locked in a total of, damn, Kip is up a lot. He's up 15,000, 20,000, close to 25,000 just for this one day. Albert said, okay, sitting out for a bit, held the sell for a minute. So Albert took a sell here, locked in a total of 4,855. So a lot of people here are doing really, really well, as long as you guys understand how to trade, the strategies that we're applying here. Patricia as well, she said she's done for the day. Hey, when market has no direction. So Patricia is now up 2,302. Great work, Patricia. Roman said I got screwed by the markets today's rip. So again, you guys got to be very careful. You guys don't want to get caught in price spiking one way or the other because there's no real direction that's been set. Patricia, again, she said now she's really done. So she's up 2,890. Great work, Patricia. Sisuk said, pretty sure I'm going to wait until Powell leaves the building after this talks. These are the days I like to avoid. Larkin over here is up 1,118. So great work amongst everyone here. It's nice to see a lot of you guys applying these strategies on your own and locking in some pretty massive profits. Let's see, Narith over here as well, up 15 or 13,000. So Narith took some pretty nice wins over here overnight, and pre-market into the session, he locked in a total of 13,538. Great work right there, Narith. JR over here as well, up 2,260. No losses, straight wins right there. Great work, JR. Cheryl over here as well. So Cheryl over here locked in a total of 1,578. All wins, no losses there. And then on her second account, she locked in 1,200 right here. So great work right there, Cheryl. Let's see. All right, cool. So I think that's it for this right here. Jamie over here as well. Jamie locked in 1,444. Great work, Jamie. She took those trades pre-market. This is my brother, Justin, right here. So Justin is the one that created the indicator for the swing highs and lows. He applied the indicator himself. He locked in a total of 5,151. Great work, Justin. So yeah, Justin, this is my actual brother. Like, he's my real little brother. He's now our new coder here in K2. My previous coder, I don't know what happened to him. He kind of just went missing. So I wasn't able to develop anything new. My brother Justin here is now developing the indicators for K2. So great work for my brother Justin here. He locked in a total of 5,151 this morning. Scott Henry over here locked in a total of 4,903. Man, I'm getting kind of jealous now because you guys locked in a lot more profit than me today. I'm only up about 1,000 per account. So I'm up 671 off this account, 871 off my other account. These are trades from last night. So I've locked in some pretty decent profits, but nowhere in the range as you guys this morning. You guys are killing it. You guys are up in the 4,000, 5,000 range. Kip and certain other people are up in the 10,000 range. So Alkin right here as well. Alkin's up 3,775. Great work, Alkin. Nice profits there. New levels as well, up 711. So we're on the same level right here. New levels. Me and you are definitely making around the same amount of profits this morning. And guys, check out the price right here, right? This is where you don't want to trade. Look how fast price is moving. This moved up like 600 pips. This came right back down 700 pips. So if your stop loss is like 500 pips, guys, you guys are going to get stopped out so quickly. This is why I'm like reminding you guys to be careful with these trades, because you don't want to get caught in these drawdowns where you get greedy and you don't pull out of your position, because this is what's going to happen. And it happens to a lot of people here. You'll take a trade, you'll go into drawdown, and you'll never set a stop loss. That happens to too many people, not just in K2, but people in general. And you don't want to get greedy, because the thing is, I know you guys see prices moving so fast. So you see this as, a quick cash grab, easy ways to make money, but it's also easy ways to lose money if you guys don't set a stop loss and you guys don't follow along properly to pull out of your position. So for me, I'm probably going to sit out the market. I'll keep watching to see if there's anything here. But for now, I'll go over to the chat and I'll start answering some questions. So if you guys do have questions, drop them in the chat and I'll start looking at questions, because I personally don't feel comfortable trading with these kind of conditions here where, damn, look at this huge wick. So on the 3-minute price spiked up, and then look at this huge wick right here, 500 pips. So if you chase this move here and you try to catch it, and then you got caught in whatever pullback or whatever, you probably would have been stopped out, because this drawdown is so heavy. So just be careful, guys. If you guys want to follow my advice is to sit out the market today. I'm going to sit it out. If I see something good, I'll take it. Don't get me wrong. I'll take it if I see something good, but I don't see anything good right now. So I'm probably going to be, waiting. So I'm just going to draw some more. Yeah, these are some nice trades right here, though. If I took the 1-minute scalp, this would have been a win right here. Actually, this would have been a loss. This would have been a win, but this would have been a loss. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my lines around these areas so that I can follow through and see if I can catch something. I do want to take at least one trade, but if I don't see anything good, then obviously I'm not going to risk it. Going back to, I forgot what I was looking at. Sorry, guys, I kind of lost my train of thought. I was looking at the YouTube over here. So looking over here, the Telegram. So new levels locked in 711 right here. Albert again right here, locked in a total of 5,232. So guys, a lot of people here are killing it, but they're only killing it because they know what they're doing, right? If you guys don't know what you're doing, don't just hop into the market and chase moves, because you're probably gonna get the short end of the stick. Nice. So new levels over here said phase 2 done. Thanks to the K2 team and the whole team. So new levels here just passes FTMO. He's now funded. Nice, nice. He hit a 5,000 pip profit target. Looks like you have yeah, this is a 200K account. So new levels just got funded 200K. Congrats to you, bro. 100% congrats to you, Albert. You know, I mean, not Albert, new levels. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here passing your FTMOs with K2 and getting funded. That's a huge account, 200K. You could do another one and then get 400K like, you know, a lot of the other people here, but definitely a first stepping stone right there, new levels. Congrats, bro. All right, so we got another K2 member funded with FTMO, 200K. Great work. Let's see if there's anything else over here. Let me scroll up. Clyde over here just sent his profits. Clyde locked in a total of, let's see, a total of 1,245. So Clyde's been taking a bunch of trades here for GU and US 30. Looks like a bunch of scalps, but he's definitely been hitting. So profit's been very on point for Clyde here as well. Great work amongst everyone here. Oh, it's 100K. Okay, got you. So yeah, new levels got a 100K account. It's all good. Once you do another one, you can just merge them into a bigger account as well. New levels. So looking over here, Jay as well. So Jay locked in 5K for the day. This is the Jay that I was talking about earlier. This dude's been on point. He doesn't even have the indicators anymore, but he's been following along and applying the strategies that we're doing here. So definitely great work right there, Jay. And he locked in a couple more right here. So he's up maybe about 7K for the day. Great work, Jay. So as you guys can see, even if you guys are not in the premium and you guys are in the public group or the YouTube or whatever, you can still lock in some pretty massive profits just following what I'm telling you guys here. If you guys understand the strategies and know what I'm applying here and what I'm looking for, you guys can easily make some pretty massive profits. Jay here has no losses, straight wins. And this is all from this morning. You guys can see the timestamp. This is from 6:35 up until 6:48. So in about like 13 minutes, this is all the profits that Jay locked in, because he was listening to me what I was saying here about how price is moving, and he was making moves according to what I was analyzing. So great work right there, Jay. Amazing work, all in all. So other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything else here. August as well. So let's see, August as well is locked in a total of 1,124. He traded GC and US 30 as well. So definitely great work right there, August. So let me pull up the Zoom chat and see you know, what's going on over here. Morning, Jeffrey. Merciful said we can't trade during the oil inventories for FTMO, correct? I'm not sure. Merciful, you want to check the FTMO website. If it says it's restricted on the economic calendar, then yeah, I wouldn't trade it. But I'm not really sure because I haven't checked it myself. I usually don't like trading news anyways, so it wouldn't really affect me. But if you want to check, I would check the FTMO website. Nice. Riga said Powell's going to rip the markets. I agree 100%. Powell's speaking in about an hour. They're still speaking right now. So the top defense officials are still talking right now. So this is probably affecting the market as well. Let me look at the fundamentals. The market is just all fucked up today, guys. Like, you just keep that in mind. There's nothing that you guys can really do to predict where price is going because the market is all over the place. Let's see, pending home sales surged more than expected in August after 2 months. So this was positive for the market. That's probably why we had this spike up right here. So price spiked up and then it came right back down. And that's you know, that's probably based off the news. So another reason why you guys don't want to trade right now, why you guys wouldn't want to trade, is because there's a lot of news events going on. I think oil inventories is coming up in about 22 minutes. Yeah. So pending home sales, that's a huge spike. It was previously, where is it at? It was previously -2%. They were forecasting it to be somewhat positive, but it was actually 8% positive. So they're only expecting it to be 1%. It went all the way up to 8%. So huge spike to the upside. That's probably what causes a big spike to the upside right here for price. And then it came right back down. Yeah, we have crude oil inventories coming up in about 22 minutes. So let me scroll up real quick. And let me go and answer the questions here. So let me scroll up to the top. Yeah, Feds are talking today. Mikhail said, my trade mirror is green for some reason. Yeah, make sure that your settings are proper. Thanks, Randy, for confirming for Mikhail over here. Just make sure that they're set to specific the specific time frame depending on like what you're trading. If you're trading intraday, you want to have it to the intraday settings. If you have it set to just, the current settings, you can just have it the same as chart. So for me right here, I have mine set as same as chart. That's all I have for mine. But if you want it set to intraday, obviously you just set it to the 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. The 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour, which is probably what you have it set to right now. Yeah, no, Saren said it was mainly Fed bashing. No, I agree. The yesterday was not good news for the Fed. Vincent said, is it a new indicator? Yeah, this is a new indicator that my brother Justin just developed yesterday. We're currently forward testing it right now. Once he gets everything set up, then it's going to be, it'll be ready to go. Falcon's asking, Shawn, how is the new indicator different from the one I suggested? It's a lot more accurate. So we use different code for ours. The indicator that you suggested, it was kind of laggy. It wouldn't give the proper, like it would give you the movements. And the problem with the one that you gave me was also, it was also repainting. So it would plot and then it would repaint if it crossed it again. Like for example, if price was right here, see how this established a high low. If this right here came down on the indicator that you mentioned, this right here would disappear. So it's repainting. This one doesn't repaint. This one's accurate. So like once it actually plots, it doesn't come off anymore. The one that you showed me was so let me just go over here real quick. So see how we have this one right here. If price was to come below it right here, it would break below, and then this one right here would disappear and it would just create a new low here. So the problem with that is if you're already entering a trade based off this line right here and this disappears, then you're like, man, what the heck? Why did this disappear? Because there's a new line below it. So that's the main thing. And that was the main key that I was telling you as well, that how it wasn't very accurate because it would repaint and it would screw up your analysis. Because say if you wanted to back test, like for example here, we have these right here lined up. Right, we have these here lined up, price breaks below, and you can just back test and you can be like, okay, if this broke below here, this would have been a good entry and would have won. Again, right here, price broke below, it would have won. Price broke below again right here, it would have won. If you're using the indicator that you were mentioning, these numbers right here disappear. So if this is right here and this comes below it, like say this candle right here breaks below it, this low is going to move to here and this is going to disappear. So that's how we had to make changes because that one just kept repainting over and over again, which wasn't very beneficial for us because we're actually looking to where it would plot. But yeah, again, this indicator is not meant to be like the end all be all. This is just to show you guys, if you guys have problems identifying where the swing highs and lows are, this is going to show you where they're supposed to be plotted. At the end of the day, I still want you guys to be plotting it by hand just to identify so that you know how to read the charts. Because the thing is, if you just have this on all the time, you're never going to know how to actually identify yourself. So what I want to do is I just want to have this set up where if you're watching this and you see it come up and come back down, you can still spot this here. Like, for example, you see price, how it comes up and it comes down and then it comes right back up. You can just identify the swing high right there, right? You want to turn this on if you're confused. If you're like, oh, is this a real swing high? You turn this on, you're like, okay, it lines up. It is a swing high. You know, my goal here is to make sure that you guys learn how to trade, learn how to identify things, because everything here can be done without indicators. These indicators are just training wheels to show you what to look out for. You know, because the thing is, like, I want to make sure that you guys are able to excel and to create your own strategies within K2. Because the problem is a lot of people just focus on what's being taught and they don't actually learn anything. They just follow the checklist and they don't get any better at trading. But I want you guys to get better. That's the key. These are just training wheels. If you guys don't know where to identify the swing high, swing lows, turn it on. You're like, okay, cool. Swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. You take this off and you're like, okay, that makes sense. This was the high. This was the low. Here's the next swing high. And here's the next swing low, right? You turn the indicator back on. You're like, oh yeah, it was easy because you can identify it yourself. And you know, that's my goal here, guys. I've been trading for so long that I'm able to spot these things without really thinking about it. As long as you guys practice enough and you guys learn all this stuff here, you guys will be able to do the same thing. So there we go. So that's it for that one right there. Yeah, definitely. No, but thanks for letting me know about that indicator, Falcon, because the thing is, I would have never created this indicator until you showed me something that was flawed. That's what I like to do, guys. I find stuff that's flawed and I make it better. And then I turn it into something to apply within K2, and then I share it with you guys here. because I'm here to make sure that all you guys are all profitable. I'm here to make sure that you guys are all consistent, and you guys are trading as efficient as possible. So other than that, let me scroll up here real quick and see what else. So Christopher and Matthew said a 10-minute setup. I wouldn't take it right now, guys, because the news is coming up in about like 12 minutes or 16 minutes. So for this right here, I personally wouldn't take this right here because even though it does look like a possible good entry for a buy, you don't know what's going to happen when the news event comes out. So I'll have that marked up right there. But looking at the news event right here, crude oil inventories, they're anticipating this to be positive. So if it's positive, price will probably go up, but then it'll probably come right back down. So, oh no, actually it's negative. So this news right here is not supposed to be good. Last month it was negative 3.5 mil, meaning that a lot of oil is being sold. Right now it's the inventories are actually higher, so meaning that less oil is being sold. So if this ends up playing out, you're probably going to see price come down. It's not going to be good for the economy. But I mean, who knows? We don't know what happens. I don't trade off news. I don't gamble off news. News could be good or it could be bad. So I personally would not take this right here. I mean, if you guys want to, feel free. I guess I can mark it up for you guys, but I'm not going to take it myself for this snipe right here. Because the last thing I want to do is enter a trade. And then once it hits 730 right here, it just spikes down, which is going to happen within like the next 14 minutes. All right, let me scroll up real quick, but it could play out. So don't get me wrong. I don't want to scare you guys from taking this trade. If you're asking me personally, I wouldn't take the trade, but if you guys want to take it, feel free. I do recommend possibly taking it with a smaller lot size if that becomes, the trade that you actually want to take. Yeah, no, definitely. So Jeffrey said self-sufficiency. No, exactly. That's what I'm trying to train you guys to be self-efficient with your trading. Obviously the indicators help. You don't need the indicators, but the indicators are definitely going to help and make you a better trader, because it's going to help you. It's going to help you point to like what to look for on the chart, because a lot of people don't know what to look for. Yeah, no, definitely. So C-Suk said, oh, nice. Those are the high lows I use. It's going to be nice not having to mark them up. Exactly, C-Suk. Just like I was mentioning before, it's all about like efficiency, right? Especially if you're trading on the one minute. Like you don't want to have to go and identify the swing highs and lows every single minute, right? You want to just turn this on and you're like, okay, cool. I got all marked up already. So it makes a huge difference when identifying this. All right, so let me see if there's anything else here. I'm scrolling down a little bit. Okay, perfect. So Mikhail had that all set off right there. Shane said, all right, I'm taking off. Have a good day, everyone. So a lot of people here are just taking off for the day because there's a lot of news this morning. Even after the crude oil inventories news, there's going to be Powell speaking at 8 o'clock. So my recommendation is, if you guys don't have to trade, then don't trade. If you guys have to, obviously you don't have a choice. But if you don't have to, I'd recommend just sitting out today as well. Tomorrow's not going to be any better. Tomorrow, it's going to be the same situation. Actually, it's not going to be as bad. It's still going to be shitty, but it's not going to be as bad, because tomorrow we have news, but Powell is not speaking. So that's the main key. Powell's not speaking, so that's going to be a good thing. But we do have Fed member Williams, Fed member Bostic, and Fed member Evans speaking tomorrow from 7 until 9:30, probably 7 until 11 actually altogether. And then we have unemployment claims at 5:30 as well with final GDP. So this whole week is just full of news, guys. These are one of those weeks where you should be careful. You should be trying your hardest not to blow your account this week. That's going to be the main key. Not really making a ton of profit, but trying not to blow your account by taking risky trades. Let me scroll down a little bit and see what else I'm missing. Nice. So yeah, Maddie actually took the buy earlier. So here, I'll just check out FTMO, because it looks like a lot of you guys are asking about the crude oil inventories news. Let me just check the economic calendar. I'll confirm it for you guys so that you guys won't trade during that time if it's restricted. But if you guys have a challenge, you guys should be okay. It's just if you're funded. Yeah, so it is restricted, guys. I'm looking at the FTMO website right now. Crude oil inventories is restricted, so you can't trade 2 minutes before or 2 minutes after the release. I have no idea if it affects US 30, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to bother trading anything during that time. So it's 7:19 right now. The crude oil inventories come out at 7:30. That means you can't trade between 7:28 and 7:32. It's not a huge gap, but you definitely can't be trading during that time. I'm not sure if it affects US 30, but I wouldn't take the risk. Yeah, Kip said, I think we'll get a daily entry for a buy today. Let me check the 10-minute. Oh, actually, yeah. So you're right. So Kip is right. This right here is the daily entry. So that might be actually a good one to take, because for the daily entry, if Powell speaks later and it's bullish, man, this thing's about to hit right here too. So definitely, I'm not sure if you caught it, Maddie. I know a lot of you guys were talking about it earlier. Looks like it's about to hit. So it actually played out where it was supposed to, and it came right before the news event. So what I was worried about was that it was going to come before the news event, but it looks like now price is actually getting to that point before. Because the last thing I wanted to do was enter this trade, and then it hits 7:30, and then price ends up reversing. But it looks like it's going to hit TP right before it even happens. So if you caught that trade right there, Maddie, nice work. I mean, it was good that you guys identified that. Let me see. Yeah, a lot of you guys here killed it. Whoever identified that snipe and the daily entry is here as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw that snipe, and then for the daily entry here, I'll mark this up as well, because it's a bigger move. So this small right here is a snipe. It's about to hit TP. This big one is a daily. So the daily is looking for 1,500 pips. The snipe's looking for 500 pips. But I'll keep this marked up for you guys here. I didn't take it because there's, like I mentioned, there's a lot of news going on today. But if you guys did catch it, it looks like it's, it's moving pretty smoothly right here. This is actually a double confirmation. We have the confirmation for the daily. I'll move this over here. We have the confirmation for the daily strategy, and then we also have the confirmation for the snipe. So if there's two trades moving in the same direction, odds are it's probably going to move in that direction. And I'm sure a lot of you guys spotted that. So definitely great work to whoever spotted that, because this gave you more confidence with taking this trade here. Since there was a trade within a trade, there's also, there's actually a couple here. So this 3-minute as well, I missed this trade here, but this 3-minute was another buy, and that would have been another full TP right there. So I missed a lot of trades this morning due to the fact that market was being risky. But if you guys did catch this, 3-minute would have hit full TP, and then nothing here off the 1-minute. But this 3-minute pivot scalp, I'll just show you guys what we were looking for. I'll back up to this point over here. This is what we were waiting for before the market started moving all crazy. We were looking for a valid K2 momentum signal. Here's a valid buy. It's a green candle within a buy signal. You want to confirm price is above the pivots for a buy. Right here, price is above these two lines, which are the K2 pivots. So that would qualify as an entry here. You enter on the open of the falling candle, which would be right there. Your TP is going to be 250. Your stop loss is going to be 500. You let that run, and full TP off the first candle right there. I didn't take it because it's moving too crazy, but as you guys can see, there were a couple entries here that would have hit. Same with the 10-minute over here. If we look at the daily strategy, so basically for the daily strategy right here, it's very simple. You're looking for the first valid K2 momentum signal on market open. So right here was market open at 6:30. A lot of you guys did identify that. And this is why it's important that you guys understand the strategies here. So you're looking for the first valid K2 momentum signal on after market open. So market open right here at 6:30. You're looking for the first valid K2 momentum signal. Here's a valid buy signal. Next, you want to enter on the open of the falling candle, which would be right here. You set the TP to 1,500 pips, which is set up right here, and then you let it run. And there you go. It's currently running in profit as we speak. The other strategy would be the snipe strategy. So again, same situation right here. You're looking for these requirements. So let me just rewind it to there. First requirement here is you want to identify a wick rejection off a K2 pivot. Right here, this green candle is rejecting off this orange pivot right here. Second, you want to confirm a wick rejection off a K2 SR zone is rejecting off this zone right here as well. Lastly, you want to confirm that the pivot isn't touching the body. It's not touching the body, so that's good. Lastly, you want to confirm the directional momentum. Right here, we have a buy signal, so you're looking for a buy. With all those requirements met, you would enter this right here for using the strategy. And if you let it run, as you can see right there, it's currently in profit as we speak. So for the new people here who are confused, if you guys want to learn these strategies, these are all explained in the course. You can sign up for the free intro course and learn all this stuff, or you can watch, pretty much all the live sessions and mentoring sessions available on the YouTube to get up to date with what we're applying here. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. It's 6:25 right now, so the news is coming up in about 5 minutes. After that, if we don't have any other questions, then we'll probably just be calling it a day. I don't want to risk taking any trades before Powell speaks, but I'll be answering whatever questions you guys have. So if you guys have more questions, put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to go through the questions here and make sure that I knock off everything that's been asked. And if I missed any of your questions, guys, just drop your question in the chat again, and then I'll answer them for you. We just have a ton of questions here. So I'm not sure if I missed anything. I hope I didn't, but I'm going to keep looking for any other questions here. Yeah, no, exactly. So Kip's with a pretty big drawdown. It's just too risky to taking these risky trades here. Besides, think I'm on a new 100K FTMO challenge. It does say restricted event. Gotcha. Emmanuel's asking about the daily. I'm personally not going to take the daily, Emmanuel, but if you want to take it, you're more than welcome. Like I mentioned here, the reason why I don't want to take the Emmanuel, the reason I don't want to take the daily here is because Powell is speaking in about an hour. So if this doesn't hit within an hour, the last thing I want to do is see price get up to like right next to TP, and then it just comes all the way back down, right? Because a lot can happen when Powell speaks. Generally, he's very positive, but there's other events also going on. I think the Afghanistan talk is still going on right here as well. So if they say something here that's going to affect the market, then we could probably expect it to, maybe go the opposite way. So there's a lot of factors that are going into determining whether I think the market's a good time to trade or whether it's not. Personally, I don't think it's a good time to trade because there's a lot of stuff going on. They're talking about the Afghanistan withdrawal right here at 7:45. You're going to see the Fed speak as well. So just a lot of stuff today that can affect the market one way or the other. So let me scroll down real quick. I think that's it for now. Yeah, Talanji said, bro, US 30 is scary. No, I agree. The market is definitely not moving smoothly today. It's kind of just going back and forth. Rav said, I've not taken anything yet, being careful, got no choice. Yeah, I know exactly, Rav. I know for you, you're getting close to your deadline, so you probably have to take some risks. Salarm said today's not a good day. Yeah, I would be careful if you guys don't have to. So Salarm just logged off, so I'll see you tomorrow, Salarm. Abraham said, yeah, there are risky ones. Been there, always caught the wrong way. Exactly, I agree with you too, Abraham. And that's why I'm holding off on entering any trades right now, because I already made my profit for the day. I'm up about 2,000 for the day, so I'm not really, I don't have the need to really hop into stuff. And if it's not, really moving smoothly or not. Patricia said, Shawn, price jumped because there was home sales. No, exactly. Yeah, I started to see that after, Patricia. It was positive. It jumped to 8%. So that thing shot up right here pretty heavily. Then it came back down, and then now it's coming right back up. Besides asking about if anyone's looking at Euro USD, I was looking at the USD pairs this week, guys. There was actually a lot of Forex pairs that we could have taken. However, I didn't call any of these trades here because Powell was speaking yesterday and the day before. So if you look at odd USD, there's actually a sell that's pending right here. It's currently running. Euro NZD over here. This trade would have ran. And if you guys are wondering which strategy I'm referring to right here, I'm referring to the, I don't even have it on here. So this is the K2 SR zone strategy. So for one, you just want to confirm price break and close past K2 SR zone to confirm direction of momentum using K2 momentum indicator, and then lastly enter on the open of the following candle. After that, you can set reach for next zone. Risk reward is 101. So let me just save this real quick. Yeah, so this is the strategy that we use for Forex for the most part. I would save there. Yeah, so for this right here, basically, you're identifying when price breaks and closes past the K2SR zone. So right here, if I rewind this, you can see price broke past this right here. The second requirement is just to confirm the direction momentum right here. We have a buy signal, so we take the buy. We would enter this for a long and then pretty much just ride it to the next zone right here. However, I didn't take these trades because Powell was speaking pretty much all week. Last thing I wanted to do is enter a trade and then it reverses right after he speaks. But looking at this right here, this is playing pretty nicely right there for Euro NZD. Same with Euro USD right here. This would have hit as well. He said, I'm not sure if you're applying the same strategies that we discussed, a long time ago, because you've been with K2 for a while. So if you apply the strategy right here, it's the same thing. You would have waited for price to break and close past the structure. So right here, this candle right here, broke and closed past it. You confirm the direction of momentum right here. We have a sell signal. So you would enter this for a sell. And then if you let it run, that's where it would have went for full TP right there. So all these strategies still work, guys. Like every strategy in the course still works 100%. It's just because I'm not applying it anymore doesn't mean that it doesn't work. I just don't apply it because I'm more focused on US 30. I just don't have time to go between Forex and US 30. And I hate holding trades like longer than a couple days. If you were to hold this trade right here, this would have taken, let's see. I mean, it wouldn't have taken too long, but it would have taken 1 day and 4 hours. So if you held this trade here for 1 day and 4 hours, it would have hit full TP, little to no drawdown. And all these strategies are taught in the course. So if you guys still want to trade Forex, this is still taught in the course. Everything is taught there. Whether you want to trade Forex, whether you want to trade US 30. Primarily, my main focus is US 30 because that's what I like to trade. And that's where I make most of my profits. So that's why I focus on that versus Forex. But the trades here still work perfectly fine. All right, so let me scroll down a little further. Kyle said, how do we get the new high-low indicator? It's not out yet, Kyle. My brother just made it yesterday, so we're still testing it. Once it's fully tested, we'll release it to you guys so that you guys can start using it as well. Abraham said, so bad. Funding talent just changed rules, remove the challenge, and you can only withdraw 5K on a 100 account minimum. Damn, that sucks. It seems like they keep changing the rules whenever things don't go their way. Yeah, I would never recommend funding talent to anyone. I mean, if you guys want to use it, feel free, but I don't necessarily recommend it. Al said, since New York session is dangerous, the London session is a good option. Yeah, so if you want to trade where the market is still volatile, Al, and you don't want to trade when like there's so much news going on, you can still trade during London. A lot of people have been trading during London session and have been doing, they've been doing pretty well. So that's going to be, damn, I missed this trade right here. It's okay. I wouldn't have taken this anyways, but I'm just going to show you guys what I mean. So like, see how we have the low right here? You can see price broke below it because for this strategy here, you don't need the pivots. All you're using it's like directly off momentum. So like looking at this right here, price broke below, sell signal. You could have taken this for another sell right there. We don't use the pivots for this specific strategy. Now that a lot of people have been using this a lot more, I'll probably go over this in the next mentoring session. I already went over it in the last mentoring session, but I'll go over it in more detail using this new indicator to show you guys, how to do it properly. Because there's a lot of entries here that you can take. Pretty much a lot of the trades I've been taking this whole week because of the high volatility have been using this specific strategy here. So it's, it's super lucrative as long as you guys do it properly. So I know I didn't tell you guys that I wasn't going to teach you guys the strategy, but since a lot of you guys are doing very well applying it, maybe I'll teach it to you guys, but it's going to be some time before I, open up to really teach you guys because identifying the swing highs and lows are still subjective. Ellis is asking, I can't figure out how to set the chart to 10-minute on MT4. I don't believe so. Yeah, because they only have 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minutes. So I don't think they have a 10-minute on MT4. That's another reason why I don't like using MT4. It's just an outdated software. Clyde said, when I turn on the K2 sessions high-low indicator, it squishes my candles first. And then Clyde said, never mind, I think I fixed it. Yeah, sometimes if your settings are off, it'll change it. But for me, mine are fine. If I turn this off, it's cool. If I turn it back on, it's still in the same location. Dijon said, dirty 30. I'm thinking of just letting them make me retake it since I'm green. Yeah, no, Dijon, if you're in the positive right now and you have your deadline coming up within the next couple days or so, I would just let it run and let it expire in positive and then just have a free retake. That's probably your best option. Randy's asking if zone strategy is normally used on the 4-hour. I agree. Yeah, no, it's definitely, it's for the most part, this strategy was based off a 4-hour time frame. But I've seen other people use it like on the 1-hour. I probably wouldn't go anywhere lower than the 1-hour, but the 4 hours is where it's most accurate if you plan to apply it. Yeah, no problem, Al. Glad I could help you with that. Isai said, yes, I use the same strategy for Forex pairs, but I'm going to go over the course again just to refresh my memory. I spend more time learning just watching these lives. No, exactly, Isai. I think these lives are probably the best option for a lot of you guys. The course is going to show you the fundamentals of like how the strategies work, but on these live sessions, this is where I can answer your questions, directly, real time and live, and I can show you exactly what you need help with. So, what I always recommend to people is to go through the course, understand the strategies, and then come on these live sessions and ask me questions so that I can clear anything up for you guys, or even the group mentoring sessions. Those are probably the best sessions because those are based directly with me mentoring you guys one-on-one, how to master these strategies, what to look out for, what to watch out for, what to avoid, what to hop onto, stuff like that, right? I'm here to help you guys out. I want to make sure that you guys are all profitable like the rest of the members here in the group. I think there's a couple other profits here. So let me scroll up real quick. Thanks, Albert. So Albert did show us that it was restricted for that crude oil inventories. It actually just passed right now. Let me scroll down a little bit and see what else we missed here. Scotty locked in a total of 686 right here. So definitely right. Nice work right there, Scotty. Great profit off of that. Albert as well. Albert said, okay, I'm sitting out. So Albert's now up 6,698. Amazing work right there, Albert. You've been killing it pretty much all month long. Scrolling over here as well. Let me see if I scroll down a little bit. All right, so I think that's it for these right here. I think this is a scammer, is it? This is probably a scammer. So what I do now is whenever someone joins a group, guys, I click on their picture and I see like what their bio says. If it's a weird bio and then they have a picture like this, they're usually a scammer. So I'm probably gonna delete this person. Let me just do that right now. I'm just trying to look out for you guys. I'm always looking out for you guys, whether it's scammers in the chat, you guys have problems with trading. I'm here to help you guys out. I want to make sure that all you guys are successful at trading because it's possible, right? Like I always remind you guys that trading, it isn't for everyone, but it can be for everyone. As long as you guys put in the work and actually learn these things, you guys can make trading for you. It's not for everyone who people who like to gamble and don't like to follow directions and act like they know everything. Trading is probably not going to be for you because you're probably never going to get stuff down. But if you're able to let your guard down and check your pride at the door, you guys can easily learn what everyone else here is doing because it's possible, right? Even Webster here, Brian Webster, he's doing really good. He locked in a total of 1,253. And the thing with me and you guys here, we're all friends here, right? It's not like, oh, I'm up here and you guys are down here. We're all on the same team. We're all here to help each other out. People always tell them what their goals are with trading. Like Brian here, Brian wants to go and help the less fortunate, right? He wants to create a fund for people who are less fortunate. So he's right here trading, stacking up these profits. Once he's good, he's going to start his fund on the side so that he can start donating to a good cause and stuff like that. So I know everyone's stories here. I'm here to help you guys out. I'm here for the long term. And I want to make sure that you guys are all profitable, doing this over time. You might not be amazing your first couple months or first couple weeks, but over time, you'll get a lot better. So Definitely great work here. Maddie said market's weird right now. So Maddie locked in a total of 3,202. I mean, that's still good, Maddie. You still locked in some nice profits there. But yeah, the market is moving weird. It's now going back sideways. So as you can see here, if you just draw a line right here, you can see that price is literally just going sideways. So I don't plan on trading at all the rest of the day. I'm just going to answer the rest of the questions here. And then I'm probably going to get off the live session so that I don't tempt myself to FOMO into these trades. All right, so let me see what else I'm missing over here. Dean said, I started my funding talent right before they started changing all the rules. I just want to pass and get my first payout so I can get a refund. Yeah, good luck, Dean, because I did that and they didn't give me a refund. I feel like there's a spy in, not in K2, but like even on these YouTubes. Funding talent's probably watching these YouTube lives. But you know, once we started to figure out all the issues with funding talent, I tried to get a refund and they didn't give me a refund. So it came to a point where I was just like, I'm not going to bother with this. I'm just going to trade with FTMO, make that money back and just let funding talent go. They never gave me my refund. Till this day, they didn't give me my refund because what happened with me was my situation might be different. I opened 3 funding talent accounts because I knew I could pass them. So I could get 300K like out the gate, right? I did that and then they started changing the rules. So I was like, okay, can I get a refund? And they're like, no, you can't get a refund because you did 3 accounts. I'm like, what the fuck? Didn't make any sense. So they just stopped responding to my emails. And from this point, I just, whatever, it's like dust under the rug. I just let it go and it's fine because I'm making profit with funding with FTMO anyways. So no need for me to go back to, or even give like funding talent a chance to fix things because they're not going to fix it. They're literally going to look for every single reason not to pay you out, every single reason to not refund you. It's just annoying. Dejan said, I wouldn't need indicators to do that strategy, right? Yeah, you would, Dejan. If you're using the scalping strategy, you need the momentum indicators. So that's another thing that you might have missed. So let me just show you real quick. So for every strategy in K2, you need the K2 indicators. It's always going to be a necessity because if you don't have the indicators, you're going to get caught in some like bad trades. So like, check this out right here. So let me just show you this right here. So I'm going to show you an example, right? So that strategy that I was just discussing, Dejan, if I turn this off right here, I think that's all we need. All you need is a momentum indicator. So what you need to do is you need to identify the swing lows and the swing highs, right? So in order for you to take a trade here for price to break below here, if price is going to break below here, you need a sell signal. If price is going to break above here, you need a buy signal. I think you need to go back and watch the video, John, because I don't want you to try to apply this and then you just blow your account because you end up doing things where they're like not proper, right? So like, for example, here, price breaks, it doesn't break below there, but it breaks below, it doesn't break below there either. All right, so right here, price breaks below here, you have a sell momentum, momentum's coming down. So obviously you're going to ride momentum, right? Momentum's going that direction. Common sense is going to tell you, Dejan, ride that momentum wave. So you see that momentum wave right there. And there you go, full TP off that. You're not going to take a buy here if there's no buy signal, right? So let me see if I can find an example for like an opposite signal, because sometimes you'll get an invalid signal and price will go that direction. But I'm just trying to find a bad trade so that I can show you an example for where it would go horribly wrong. So let me see this right here. Let's buy something there. Sell signal there. It's going to be hard for me to find, but basically that's going to be one of the requirements. You need to trade in the direction of momentum. All the strategies in K2 are based off momentum. So if we see momentum going one direction, we're going to trade in that direction and vice versa. If we see momentum going the other direction, we're going to trade in that direction as well. So main thing that you need to do is, and it's the same thing for every strategy, right? If you're applying any of the scalping strategies, you trade in the direction of momentum. If you're trading the Snipe strategy, that's going to be requirement number 4, right? Confirm directional momentum, the daily strategy. The first requirement, you need momentum signal. With a 3-minute, same situation, first requirement, confirm momentum. Everything is based off momentum. So you're going to need the momentum indicator to identify where to trade so you don't trade in the wrong direction. All right, so let me scroll down a little bit. Isai is asking, gold going to continue dropping? Let me check. Go gold real quick. So it's 7:44 right now. Powell's going to speak in about an hour. So it's something to keep in mind. So here's gold right here. Isai, I'll go ahead and just draw my zones down there. See, we got a zone right here. You got a zone there. I'm just going to draw some messy zones. These zones aren't really necessary anyways. So I'm just going to draw a couple zones here because they're so high above that price is never going to get up here anytime soon. And I think like a lot of times people need to realize like how gold moves, right? Because gold moves directly to US dollar. So if Powell's going to be speaking later today and he says good things about the US, then yeah, it's probably going to keep dropping. If he doesn't, then it's probably not going to. So the next drop is going to be down here. So depending on what Powell says in the next hour or so, it can possibly continue dropping. So like say, for example, right here, if price closes below here and then Powell says something good, then yeah, it'll keep dropping further. Because the way that gold works is that it moves the opposite of US dollar, right? So for example, here, if the US dollar is doing well, you guys can see how this pair is set up, right? When the US dollar is doing well, price goes down because strength weighs in the direction of the US dollar. Vice versa, when the US dollar is not doing well, price will go up because the value of gold goes up. So when price is going up, that means that gold is strong. When price is going down, that means that the dollar is strong, right? So it just depends. Powell's going to speak in about an hour. So whatever he says is going to affect the market because that's going to directly affect the US economy. If the US economy is doing well, then price will continue dropping. If the US economy is doing shitty, then price will push to the upside. So something to keep in mind when the news does happen a little later, if you decide to follow the news. And that's just basic fundamentals with regard to, gold and US dollar. All right, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. All right, Ryan. Ryan knows exactly what check your pride at the door, man. And that's exactly where I got it from, Ryan. Yeah, that's really what it is, guys. Like, I mean, if you guys want to learn how to trade with K2, you guys have to literally check your pride at the door. Because if you guys are going to come into K2 and act like you know everything and not want to learn what we're teaching here, then this is just not the place for you because you're not going to learn anything. But if you guys are willing to learn and you guys want to make profits like everyone else here in K2, then it's possible. But you guys have to be optimistic and you guys have to be able to want to learn. Because the thing is, if you know everything, then you know everything, right? I can't teach you anything if you know everything already. Oh, thanks. So Riga said Powell is talking. So Powell already started talking. Let me check. Is he speaking right now? I don't know. Let me check. Let me update this. I don't think. Is he talking? I don't know if this is him right now. This is the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on the Texas abortion ban. I don't think this is going to be Powell right now. Powell is speaking at 8:45. So I think Riga just saw some old people on the screen and thought I was speaking. But there's just other old people in Texas. So this is a Texas abortion ban, the Texas Senate Judiciary Committee. I mean, there might have been a guy that looked like Powell, but I don't think he's speaking yet. This is abortion law in Texas. They're going off right now. There's a lot of events going on. So you can see the top defense officials are testifying. The Senate is testifying. And then at 8:45, we have Powell speaking. So I don't think he's on right now, but he will be on a little later in about an hour or so. So I'm not sure if that's what got you mixed up, Riga, because it's just a different Senate group that's talking right now. It's like Donna Howard. Basically, they're going to be going over abortion bans in Texas. So, okay, let me go back to the fundamentals over here. Fundamentals are bullish again. Down. Fundamentals are 227 points in the green. So I think, there we go. Oh, the snipe just hit full TP. So whoever caught the snipe from earlier, that thing has been running like pretty much all morning. But if you guys did catch it, it did hit full TP. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take a screenshot of that so that you guys can follow along for whoever took it, because some of you guys did take this trade here. So I'll put that there, and then I'll post it in the group for whoever decided to, take that trade. Snipe. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Riga. Yeah, no. So you look at my FX book. I don't think he's talking right now because I don't see him on the live stream. Unless your timing is different, because I know he comes on in an hour. So maybe yours is just maybe you're an hour ahead, because he doesn't come on until 8:40, 8:45. It's only 7:50 right now. So you might be an hour ahead over there. Looks like Albert. So Albert keeps saying he's done. So if you guys saw Albert for this entire morning, literally all morning, Albert's like, I'm done. I'm done. And he keeps coming back with more profit. So today, this morning, let's see. So Albert, let's see Albert's first post today. Albert posted over here that he was done at like 6:33. And then he comes back again right here, and he's now up 7,406 this morning. So Albert actually made some pretty nice profit trading all these other strategies all morning today. So great work, Albert, there. Glad to see that you're like literally killing it. All wins, no losses. Charlie over here as well. Charlie looks like he had a little accident above, but he made some more profit right there. He's up 312 this morning. So he's done for the day. Great work, Charlie. Nice profits off that. Maddie here as well. Maddie said just a little more. So Maddie actually locked in another buy right there, locked in 3,442. Great work, Maddie. All right, great work amongst everyone here, guys. A lot of you guys here are killing it. Let me just give another, I'm going to set a alert for that daily entry right there for whoever decides to take it or whoever is already in the position. I wouldn't recommend taking it now. It's too late. It's already super far in profit. But I'll keep this for Kip because I think Kip was looking to take it. Delete that right there. And this is going to be the next one. All right. Yeah, Maddie caught this trade right here. So I don't know if anyone else caught this right here, but as you guys can see, there was a high right here. Maddie caught it right here as it broke above. And he took that for a buy. And it looks like he pulled out already. So it was a quick move, just in and out real quick. Yeah, so right there. Maddie took that trade right there. He took this little scalp, and that's how he made that profit right there. So definitely great work over there. Yeah, Kip said a snipe hit, but also TP1, TP2 for the daily entry. So yeah, TP1 and TP2 would have been right here at about 750 pips. Yeah, right there. That would have been nice right there. So I'll give a little update there because Kip did give the update. I know he's taking the trade. The reason why I'm giving the updates here is because, certain people in the group still want to know when certain price points are being hit so that they know to pull out of the position, or they know to control their risk, right? Main key here is always going to be controlling risk, especially for the daily entry. So let me just give you guys a little update here for certain people who caught that move there. I didn't catch it, but for the people here who did, I'll just give you guys a little update there as well. So great work, Kip. I'm pretty sure you probably caught it. So, your profits are probably sitting really nice this morning. All right. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else. It's getting close to 8 o'clock, so I'm usually off at this time, but let me just see if I missed anything here. Dejan said, now I feel like I feel bad because my goal was a RS7 by my birthday next year. I mean, it's really possible, Dejan. You can definitely still make it. It's just going to count on the consistency. All right, Clyde, see you later. So Clyde pulled out. So Clyde's done for the day. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Yeah, so I said Funny Talent's probably watching the YouTube live. Talanji said, spoiler alert, the 3-minute scalp strategy also works on Forex pairs. It's been pretty accurate this month. Could be something to look into for yourself. Oh yeah, it does, Talanji. A lot of people here use all of the strategies on Forex pairs as well. So some people here use it on GJ. Some people use it on like EN, the ones that move really fast. So Talanji just, mentioned that a lot of these strategies that we use for US 30 also work on Forex pairs, which they do. I just generally don't trade Forex pairs that much because the spread's too wide and the volatility is just not really there. Sometimes it's like really slow. Yeah, and Talanji said momentum works across all assets. Just need to figure out what volatility and distance for each relevant asset. 100% Talanji, and it works out perfectly. Let me see if there's anything else that I missed. Kyle, the indicator is not ready yet. So just text me and we'll talk about it, but the indicator is not ready yet. It's not going to be ready anytime soon. Jasper's asking, how can I get the 10-minute time frame on the tablet? So Jasper, depending on which, if you're talking about TradingView, there's a couple of different ways to do it. You can click on the screen, type in 10, and then you can get the 10-minute interval there. Also, you can click on this drop down right here. I have it set to mine. If you don't have it set here for 10 minutes, you can just type in 10 minutes right here and then add it to your list of timeframes. And those are the two main ways to fix your time frame there if you want the 10-minute. Yeah, Dean said, reading the new FT rules, they are fully removing challenge accounts, getting funded ASAP. Yeah, no, hopefully you get it back, Dean. I'm hoping you do. For me, it's not a big deal because I made the profit back on my FTMO. But for certain people, you definitely need that refund back because they're just basically just taking your money away if they don't give it to you. All right, let's see. Bobby's asking what are your spreads looking like on your personal broker for US 30? Honestly, I don't know. I don't really trade my personal anymore. I just copy my trades from my FTMO to my personal, but they're not that wide. I still use Hugo's way. So the spread for them it's not that wide. It's like 30 or 40 pips, which is not very, I mean, it's kind of high, but it's not horrible. It's still doable. So it's similar to a FTMO, but I personally don't know because I can't pull it. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone actually. Because I don't trade directly off my personal anymore. I just copy my trades from my FTMO to my personal. So I don't have to, go back and forth with that. It's just a hassle. So let me just calculate it for you right here, Bobby. Okay. So let's see, 1369 minus 1192. It's about 17 pips, 17.7 pips. It's not that much. It's because we're in the US session right now, so it's going to be moving really quickly. My spread's not that wide, but it's about 17 pips right now. I think during Asia session, it gets higher, like 30 or 40 pips, but during US session, it's only about 17.7. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. So Bobby just said on COT, it's 200, but I think it's 20 pips. No, yeah, definitely. That's exactly what it is. It's nothing too crazy on there. Emma said US 30 is annoying today. No, exactly. It is, Emma. I didn't even take any trades on the live session. There was a couple trades that we possibly could have taken, but I didn't take any on my own account. I just took the ones from last night. So my profits from last night are pretty solid. I made about 671 off my first account, 871 on my other account. So it's not too bad. It's solid for the day. Kip just started his $100 account. He locked in a total of 38 bucks off that. Nice work, Kip. That's his personal right there. All right, guys. So I think that's it for this session. I answered all the questions. So if you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out on Telegram or email. Otherwise, I'll be back live tomorrow for the same live session. Hopefully market is a lot smoother tomorrow so that we can actually take some solid trades. But other than that, I'll catch you guys on the next live session. Be back here at 6:30 tomorrow morning. So have a great rest of your morning, guys. If you guys don't have to trade, I would recommend that you guys probably just sit out the market because Powell's going to speak in like less than an hour and he's probably going to cause some crazy volatility in the market. So just keep that in mind.